So I've decided to do another video on the battery grips for the Nikon D5x00 camera series. This camera is the D5600 and has a battery grip which is not by Nikon, because Nikon does not make battery grips for this type of camera. So it's a third-party battery grip. I showed a video on this battery grip previously, but it's a backloading battery grip where using an authentic Nikon battery, I can stick it in and turn it on, and it powers on. Okay, but if I take non-authentic Nikon battery, this one is counterfeit, and I received a few comments regarding counterfeit batteries. But counterfeit batteries, even if you purchase it from an authorized Nikon source, sometimes you might wind up with a counterfeit battery, or when you're traveling, you have no way of knowing whether the battery is authentic Nikon or not. This looks like a Nikon battery, but in fact it is counterfeit. So if I stick in this battery here, I turn it on, it's going to give the message, this battery cannot be used. Okay, so I remove this, and I've already shown this before, but I can stick in this battery here and it works. And what I do is I turn off the camera, and I can stick this battery in, the one that didn't work, turn it back on, it still powers on, turn it off, and take this one out, and it still powers on, and I can take pictures. Now, in my previous videos, some people asked questions about whether on this battery grip, there is a button right here that I can push. Normally, people can take pictures like this with the battery grip in portrait mode. Normally, because Nikon doesn't make a battery grip for this type of camera, in order to get it to work, you actually need a cable that plugs into the battery grip itself and plugs into the side of the Nikon camera. It's a very small cable. I didn't bring the cable for this, but it's the cable for any battery grip for the Nikon 5X series will fit in this. Okay, when I say 5X, I'm referring to 5x00. Okay, so that's the 5100, the 5200, 5300, 5400, 5500, and 5600. Okay. In one of the videos, someone asked me if it only works if you have one authentic Nikon battery with the battery grip. Yes, but I do have a side-loaded battery grip, which I will show. Okay. And this is the side-loaded battery grip. This one was made for the D5500, but it works fine in my Nikon 5600. Okay, so this one uses AA batteries as well, and this battery grip is able to fool the system into working with the AA batteries, even though using a counterfeit or a clone battery from Nikon, it won't work. So I'll just take the battery grip out. Now the cable that goes into the battery grip looks like this. I'll just take it out here. And this is similar for all the Nikon 5100, 5200, 5300, 5400, 5500, and 5600. So you plug one end into, where's the port here? Plug one end in here, and you plug this end into the camera itself. Okay, and it would be the same for this battery grip here, except the hole is on the side here. You just plug it in here and you attach this to the camera. Now, as I mentioned, I don't like having a cable there, and normally when I take portrait, I just use the camera, and I'll take a portrait. I'll just hold it like this, and I'll take a picture like this. Okay, so I'll just screw this in. This is the side-loaded one. So with the side-loaded one, having two batteries, let me just find the use this counterfeit one. If I were to stick it in to either side and slip it in here, the message will pop up, you cannot use this, okay? Now, if I put authentic battery inside, as well as the counterfeit or clone battery, if I turn it on now, it works fine. But the problem with having the side-loaded one is that I need one authentic battery in the camera at all times, unlike with the back-loaded ones where I can take out the authentic battery and just use clone batteries. Now, with this side-loaded one, just wanted to show that it actually does work with AA batteries. These are rechargeable AA batteries. I basically stick it in on the side, turn it on, and it powers on. Okay, I can take pictures. Unfortunately, I don't have the lens, and I brought an SD card, but I can't take any pictures with it, but trust me, it does work. And if I were to plug this in on the side here, you would see it would look like this. Plug this in on the side, and you use this on here. It would be like this. Okay, so when you take portrait pictures, you always have this cable sticking out, and I would take pictures using the button right here as opposed to the button on top. But normally when I take portraits, I just hold it like this and I take my picture like this. And with the battery grips, sometimes Nikon will release firmware updates. My video is working with the firmware versions that are shown here. If there's an updated Nikon firmware, that's 1.03 for the camera, and for the lens it's 2.017. It is always possible that the battery grips or the demo that I've shown with the batteries or the AA batteries will no longer work. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I'll be sure to answer it. Thanks.